Hello, my fellow football fans. This is your guy, Matt Bushnell, part of the Audible. And I wanted to break down some Jets tape for everyone to see kind of what we see with Sam Darnold when we look at the tape. So this play we're looking at against the Colts, 12:54 left in the first quarter, 3rd and 6. So we're going to see Sam Darnold in the shotgun, and he's going to have 1, 2, 3. So he's got trips right, and he's got a back in the backfield. So we have 4, and then he also has a wide receiver up here. So what we're going to see on 3rd and 6, typically you want to try to get your wide receiver to the sticks. You want to get a first down, and you'd run a combo route here. So we're going to take a look at the Colts defenders. So we're going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're playing a 4-man front. Does Sam recognize it? And then we're looking at a nickel defense with 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive backs, 5. And then we got our 2 linebackers right here. So as we can see, it looks like it's man up. This guy's going to cover this guy man. This guy's going to cover this guy man. He's going to come over here and guard him on man. He's going to come up and cover him man to man. And then we will run the play. This linebacker is probably spying this running back. So let's get rid of all this. We're going to clear the drawings, and we're going to go through the play. So let's go ahead and see how this play develops. So we see the safety come up in the box. Sam's calling out his protection, talking to his wide receivers, and we see the play run. So we're going to see they're only bringing 4 here. This guy is dropping back, sitting down. So we're going to have a combo of man and zone here. So let's move forward. What route combinations are we seeing from the Jets here? So we can see it's definitely man. This corner, let's go ahead and draw it out for you. We can see this corner is locking man on him. This corner's got man. Linebacker's got man on this wide out. This corner up here has got man on him. So let me move this out of the way so we have a clear picture. And we can see what's going on here. And this safety is just going to cover anything deep. He's not going to let anything get behind him. And we can see our running back stayed in to block. To chip, he might leak out over here. My guess is he'd chip and then leak out into the flat over here to give Sam an extra receiver. So let's clear this out and see how this play progresses. So we see Sam is letting go of the ball right here. So how long do we get a chance for this play to develop? Good quarterbacks on a curl route will snap it and throw it before the wide receiver even starts ending their route. So I do apologize for up here, kind of hard to see, and the wide receiver over here. But we can see all these guys are locked up. They're covered. No one's going anywhere. And Sam makes this cardinal sin right here. He had nothing available to him. Adam Gase, this is one of the probably biggest gripes you can say for a lot of people that watch Adam Gase, unfortunately, and that's the fact that he's running 4 curl routes. And when we take a look, we'll go ahead and move this out of the way. So let me go ahead and see if I can. I'm not going to be able to hide that. But we can see that there's this nothing. There's nothing. This corner is breaking on this ball right here. So right here, we're going to see this corner break on this ball. One of the easier interceptions that you can get. Sam really doesn't have time to make the read. I mean, there's nobody open here. Maybe he can hit this guy, but this ball's already in the air. It's getting released. This guy's going to fall off. Maybe Sam throws it right here. But just overall, I don't understand the play call. It doesn't make a lot of sense to run 4 curls out towards the middle of the field, going against man. They're playing in the box. You see them running to the sticks. It's just really, I think, a poor play design and a bad read by Sam, trying to see where exactly he can go with the football. But when you don't have a good play design and you're dealing with that kind of setup on the play, it almost feels like it's doomed to fail to begin with. So we can see Verrett just jumps the route, just boom, right away. Jumps the route, takes it, and it's just going to go to the house. Pretty easy play. Defensive back's favorite gift from a quarterback. So let's take a look at this from this perspective. We could see Sam, and he's reading the linebackers. You see we have our 2 linebackers, our 4 linemen, they're going to rush, and the running backs in. So let's move this along. What are we going to see from Sam here? Sam literally, let's do this in real time here, takes the ball, 3-step drop. My biggest issue with Sam here, when we go here, let's go back and take a look at his footwork and just see what he does with his feet when he takes the snap. And he's just jumping back. He's not taking the steps into a drop. It's just like he's bouncing back and forth to get to his drop. And then he's throwing. And he's got that wide base. And he kind of steps sideways to open up to get the ball over to that sideline for that curl. But just a horrific read. An easy interception. Pick 6 to the house. You just don't want to see that from your quarterback. You hope to avoid those in the future. Sam has to get better at that. All right, now let's take a look at another play. Jets are down 7-0, 1st and 10 on their own 26 with 11 minutes and 30 seconds in the first quarter. Now Sam has a play here, and I really like this play design. It's one of the few designs that I think Gase really hit the nail on the head, and this is going to be a bad read by Sam. And this is a fairly easy throw to make. So we could see that the Jets are in a broken eye. We can see that they have twins over here to the right and a single wide receiver up here. So slot, split end, and we'll see what they have, what play we're going to call here. My guess is you're going to see the Colts, who have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys down ready to rush. And you can see this guy's trying to get over here as the safety's pointing out where the other slot receiver's at. And they're telling him, get out here and cover this corner. And this wide receiver, I believe it's Hogan, is saying, I'm wide open. Let's snap the ball right now. They'd probably this be a hot route. If Sam was paying attention, he'd get this ball snapped right away. This guy would just run a streak. Boom, that should be an easy 6. But that's not how this play is going to work. Sam's going to take his time, get the offense set, get ready to go. So let's go ahead and get this play moving. Let's see what we have here. Weird to see a fullback. We don't see a lot of fullbacks in today's NFL, but it's always nice to see them. We can see the corner gets over. A wide receiver goes in motion. Now he's in tight. And we can see right here, he's down blocking. Running back's coming out this way. Sam is going to fake the inside handoff to the fullback here. And let's see the play develop. So we can see the fake. See 84 right here. And this is why I like the play design. The execution was not very good. He leaked out. He did exactly what a lot of teams would do on a counter, except the guard didn't pull. Guy comes out here to make sure no one comes out, and he's going to leak out here and just be Sam's protection. But 84, I would imagine, is going to run a seam route right up here. And we can see the linebacker collapsing, or the DB collapsing right there. Let's go ahead and erase this, and let's see how it moves forward. Let's see if Sam can find the right receiver. So we see the play opening up. Sam is running here, and we can see there's a lot of daylight here for Sam to run to, but this guy's going to cut him off if he keeps on going. But Sam's eyes need to be right towards the middle of the field. We don't want him throwing back over here because you never want to throw across your body. And it's going to be a sprint out pass here, so definitely avoid coming back here. But Sam does a nice job, and I'm going to show you why he does a nice job here in a second, but it's just a bad decision in the end. And then we move forward. So we can see 84. He's starting that seam route, and Sam is manipulating the coverage. We can see right here, we have one linebacker. He's in. This guy's trying to protect out here. He doesn't want Sam to get out. But you can see Sam cleared his hips right here. Let me go ahead and I want to undo that. And I'm going to draw a circle around Sam because I like how he got himself in a throwing motion by leaking out here. But what he misses, he's going to try to throw to this guy right here. And you're going to see 54 has his eyes locked on him. This guy's running on the outside, and the safety is going to come down and pinch. So there's not a lot here for Sam to throw. He has to recognize this coverage. He has to see this. This is all in his line of vision. If he's paying attention and he moves his vision across the field, this is an easy throw to the guy to the sideline. The safety's coming down on here. He should be able to pick up a large chunk of yards, and Sam just misses this read, which a lot of the great quarterbacks in this league are not going to miss this throw. They're going to read this coverage, and they're going to be able to hit him fairly easily. So let's see what happens. Sam throws it. 84 looks open. They're going to collapse on him, running the seam route. But that ball is just up there for too long. Just hangs. If he threw it deeper and got a little more zip on the pass, it's possible he could have caught it. But I just don't agree with that decision because once again, we're seeing Sam throw across his body. Even though he turns himself around, Sam is still making that decision to throw across the body, away from the play, away from his momentum, to try to throw it here. Sam could keep on going out here and just hit this guy on a nice, easy out route and let your defender make a play. And it's just one of those things that year 3 for Sam, you want to see that development. You know, you want your quarterback to realize, hey, I have a really easy throw here. Let me make that throw. Let me not try to throw across my body. And it just causes some problems, especially against, it's a man defense with a high safety. The safety is going to come drop down on him and take away that. So, and Colts do a really nice job of mixing man and zone. They have a really good defense. So plays like these, you have to take advantage of being able to get the yards you can. And you can see it's just a nice, easy throw. Get your first down, move the sticks, let your receiver make a play. Here, there's this too much danger. You know, you're thrown across your body, like I said, hanging a floater, you know, and you have to realize your NFL defensive backs can break on these passes very quickly. So it's definitely something you want to keep your eyes on as a quarterback and make sure that you don't put the ball in danger. So that's really something that Sam has to work on. It just can't be the same mistakes. And we can just see the play in real time. Incomplete pass, 3 defenders around him. Let me go ahead and get rid of this, clear these annotations for everybody. Let me close that out. All right, let's go back and, all right, so we're going to see this from this angle. Let's see what Sam does. And like I said, I do like this play design because it's made for an easy throw. So we come here, and Sam does a nice job. You can see the offensive line does a nice job blocking down. They're getting the linebackers to bite on the play fake and then to follow along with Sam. We can see 97, 58, 54, 37. All their momentum is carrying this way. And 54, as we see this, he's going to kind of drop down here and just kind of sit down in this zone. And you let him clear, and Sam's not ready to throw yet. He's going to get past this guy, and he's going to have a lot of green field. And like I said, you let your receiver make the play. You let your receiver run after the catch. That's what you're trying to get here. It would have been a really nice gain and a really good play for the Jets. We can see Sam, all right, he squares up. This guy has to do a better job of coming across hard. You kind of see how he rounds out his route. You hope to be a little crisper, but and just kind of gives up on the route. And that's something you don't want to see. Cut across harder. He breaks coverage, and this is where Sam has to gather himself. He still has time. He has to trust that his blocker right here is going to make this block. Make this block on this guy, and just keep on leaking out over here. And let your receiver keep on coming out here. It's a really easy play. A lot of good NFL quarterbacks will make this throw, and it's unfortunate that Sam didn't stick with it and keep on going. But a nice play call by Gase. I don't know if 84 was his primary target. It looks like it is because Sam never looks off of him. He sees him. That's what he wants to hit. When he had an easy play to 80 or to 86, I believe, over here and bottom of the screen there. So. See, and it just floats. That ball's up there way too long. It gives the corner enough time to break on it. It's just not a throw you want your quarterback making unless you have like a Patrick Mahomes guy or an Aaron Rodgers that can really put a lot of zip on that ball to get it in there in a tight window. Okay, here. So we shown some bad. This is the play right after that last play that we showed. And this is a very important throw and growth within the quarterback position. I really like this play, and you'll see why. So let's go ahead and move forward a little bit here. All right, so we see Sam with two backs in the backfield. He's got two wideouts over here. So we got 1, 2 on the right, and then we got our third wide receiver over here on top on the left. So we can see Indianapolis manning up, that they will man up their corners and they'll drop into the safeties. So they're going to probably bring 1, 2, 3, 4. We see 4. This guy is probably eyeballing the running back here, and this guy is going to be locked on this running back. But we could see this linebacker drop off into his zone, and this linebacker drop off into his zone, and this DB drop into the flat here. But let's see how the defense approaches this, and then let's see how Sam reacts to it. So we can see the safeties coming up. They're doing a lot of safeties in the box here. They're letting their safeties play up almost as like an extra linebacker. So we can see they're bringing 4. The linebackers are standing still. And we can see right here, he's leaking out to this running back right now. And he's looking at here and eyeing that spot. We could see that this linebacker's coming over here. This linebacker's coming over here. They're playing man with a 2 linebacker zone, and the safety's playing the deep field, not letting anything get behind them. So with Indianapolis's corners, and they're able to bring 4, they bring 4 consistently. They're really letting Sam Darnold try to beat them. And so they're making Sam read the defense and making sure that he can make the correct read here. So let's see what Sam does on this play. And this is going to be an issue for me. Let's see, Sam backing up. By this time, they're letting the corner, this defensive back, the safety that came up, he's locking onto that corner or onto that running back right up here on your top left, on your top part of the screen over here. So Sam's backing up, looking downfield, and it's a really nice play design here. I really like this play design because we're going to see why. Everyone backed up. They backed off into zone. Sam's not going to try to beat anybody with his arm here. He's just going to make the nice, easy play, the correct read right here. Dump it off to a running back. Not always sexy, not always exciting, but you see growth in a quarterback understanding, you know what? My line is getting pushed back. I don't have a clean pocket. Let me dump it off to my guy, and all this green. If this guy gets on this guy, he's going to have a lot of green. And this is where we want to get to the first down. So we just want to make sure he gets to this line to get the first down on 2nd and 10. And he has a lot of daylight to do it. And he's going to be, it's just a good play. He gets out there. Running back makes a nice read to cut it back inside here. That's a nice cutback. Cuts back towards the middle of the field. Gets the first down. Nice, easy play. Gets the first down. Just a really nice play design. Let your playmakers make plays. And we can see Sam directing traffic. He's going to tell his guys where to go. Just nice getting back. He reads it. You can see I really like the eyes being downfield here. He's looking for a guy. Then he's going to go down to his check down, which is just really outstanding quarterback play, not to take a risk with the football. Get it out to your guy. Let your lineman block for him. Almost a middle screen there. But just a nice play design. Nice, easy throw. Get your quarterback in rhythm. Sam doesn't try to do too much with it. Makes a nice, accurate throw. And that's all you can ask out of your quarterback on those plays. All right, so this is the ugly part of the game. I'm going to end it on this throw for Sam because I think this is a really excellent throw. When we take a look at it, we're going to see the defense play a cover 3 look here. But it's important to really realize how Sam was able to make this throw. And this is what's maddening for Jets fans, I would have to imagine, and even people who appreciate good quarterback play, is because you can see plays like these, and then it makes your expectations go up. So we can see Colts have been rushing 4. When you have DeForest Buckner, you just go with what you have and you can bring 4. We're going to see, they are definitely giving a man look with this guy lining up over him, this guy lining up outside shade, and we have this guy lining up outside shade. Once again, we have our safety playing deep. And then we're bringing up a safety in the box. And this is, I don't want to say it's total disrespect, because when you really look at the play, yeah, there's 8 in the box, but they're going to drop this guy out. So you're going to see that come into play here. So let's go ahead and clear this out, because when reviewing the play, they played a cover 3. So let's just go ahead and just watch how this play breaks out. Sam's at the line looking at the defense. Defense is getting set. You can see that guy creeping up in the box. And then we see this safety right here. And this is important to note. When we see this safety backing up off of this guy, we can almost rest assured that it's going to be cover 3. If they're going to do man, this guy, you're going to want this guy closer up on the line. You want him to bump and try to stop him and give him a jam shot. When you're playing zone, you give yourself this cushion to break on that short flat route, but this guy's going to be backpedaling at the snap of the ball. So we're going to see that on this play. So that should be Sam's first indication that this is zone. Take a look at it, see where the DBs are lined up. The corners will give you a good indication. We can see the linebackers. And he's probably seeing this guy creeping up. He may be reading blitz. He's got a wing here. So let's see how Sam reads this, diagnoses it. And like I said, we are going to get a really nice throw from Sam Darnold here. I really like this throw. It's a big boy throw. So we see the play go. And we can see 27 is already in his back pedal, opened up his hips, playing that deep third. And then we can also see this guy, he opened up. He's going to be coming over here. This guy's coming up over here, making sure nothing gets past him. And this guy will just come over here, kind of stay stationary, try to keep everything in front of him. And then we're going to watch this cornerback over here, this DB, and then we can see this linebacker. His first step is forward. He's reading hard. He is biting hard on that play action, and that's what's going to open up this play. This is so huge because it does open up a window for Sam to make the throw. And it's a great read because it's right in his line of vision. This is where Sam should be looking at this zone read because it's an RPO. It's going to be a pass. And like I said, it's just a really good play by Sam and a good play designed by Gase here. So when we move, Sam sets his feet. I'm not in love how Sam always has his feet so far spread apart, but he's getting ready to throw the ball here. He sees it. This linebacker right here is like, oh crap, I need to get to my zone. And he's not in position to get in his zone. This corner's going to have to come up. We're going to see this guy. He's passing him off over here because he's playing this flat right here. He needs to stay in his zone. He's got to cover the flat. The linebacker has to get over here and cover up this zone because this is exactly where they're attacking. And this is a big boy throw right here. This is such a crucial throw by Sam. It is definitely something that makes you fall in love with him because he can make these throws. His arm strength's not really in question. It's just his decision making. Throwing across his body is always a bad decision for any quarterback. So we can see Sam, and right here, this is where he needs to let it rip. Let it go, and his spot on the field where he needs to aim this ball is right here. Get it right here at this hash mark. Let your wide receiver come up and get it, and it should be released. He needs to get it out right now. So let's see if Sam completes this play. We can see. And Sam lets it go. Ball's out. Nice play, nice catch. It's a little deeper, which is not bad either. Getting it right over here is something you really have to appreciate. So it's more up here, which is a good spot because this linebacker, he's never going to get there. He bit hard on that play action, on that run option, and that really opened up this middle part of the field for this wide out over here. And it's a good throw because he's got to throw the needle because this guy's going to collapse on him. This safety's going to come up and really try to get in there. This guy's just going to stay right here. He's going to sit. That cover 3 zone, as you can see, cornerbacks out, cornerbacks out. I guess this is one of my, not a huge gripe, but this has to be a quick pass. You kind of hope that you have more guys coming out, but I guess with the poor offensive line, like let's just count the Jets offensive or blockers that stayed in for this play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a 6th guy right over there. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's right here, and then 7. So realistically, you only have 3 options on this route, and you're going against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got 7 DBs. They're playing zone, and this is something you hate as a play caller. Like you want the advantage to your side. You don't want to have to try to pick apart defenders. You always want to take advantage of, a mismatch. Why the Jets can't run the football is just astounding because this is a lot of what the Colts did. They would man up, mix in some zone, but they only brought 4 most of the game. So these are games you have to take advantage of with your running backs. And I just, Jets have to do a better job, play calling. That's what it comes down to, play calling and the will to win at the point of attack. But Sam makes just a nice throw right here, right at the 30, about the 36. Nice throw, good play. It's a big boy throw, big boy catch. Knows that he's going to get hit. Gets it right over that linebacker. Really opens up. Linebacker knows that he's not in the spot where he needs to be. Sam threads the needle, gets a nice easy completion. Great throw by Sam, great catch by 88, it looks like. So a really nice play. And let's take a look at it from this angle. So this gives us a really good look at what Sam's seeing over here. Like I said, so this linebacker, let's go ahead and just annotate here. You see, he is solely reading. He wants to play the run. We have our middle linebacker, our Mike backer, calling check on the strong side, which right here is our strong side because we've got our tight end or wing. This guy's coming, this guy's coming, this guy's coming, this guy's coming. So essentially, the reason why this guy's first step is going to be 4 is because he has to cover this gap. Ideally, we would have this guy take this gap. This defensive tackle is going to take this gap. He's going to come in, but he really has to stand up the wing here. But they're going to bring in 37, so he may have outside responsibility, and this guy may have to come crash in this gap. And then if anything comes up the middle, 53's got to take him. So we have our gaps accounted for by the defense. But really, you should win. You want this guy, come over here, double team him, kick out, kiss this guy, and you should have a pretty decent run play. Really, I'd have Gore come over, once the ball snapped, have Sam and Frank meet over here, and really attack this gap right here. Because 71 should be able to win that. You kind of knock them back into 60. The reach block, you should be able to take care of it. Just make sure you pick up these guys in 53. I mean, if he gets here, when that ball gets to Frank Gore, that is a superhuman play, and you tip your cap to him. But that's what I would do in some situations like this if I'm feeling out the game. But like I said, Sam makes a beautiful read here and a beautiful throw. As you can see, they're going to bring 4. Showing blitz with 37, but he is not going to be blitzing. He's going to fall back into a zone in the flat. As you can see, 58 right here. He is dead in the water. They can get it right there. Sam's just staring down. And then this is another issue of mine with Sam too. Like, these plays are fine because they're quick throws, but Sam really, you want to see that progression from receiver to receiver, and that's something you don't see very often when it comes to Sam. Just a rocket of a throw. This throw is just money. It just right on the numbers, hits the guy right in the chest. He knows he's taking a hit. Square up. Nice play. Just a beautiful play. And this is what you hope to see more of Sam. But when we talk about what hurts Sam Darnold, it's a mixture of quarterback and coach. It's hard to evaluate him. We know the Jets lack weapons. We know they have to get better at a lot of things, but Sam has a lot of raw potential. You get him with the right coach. You force him to go through reads. You force him to go through the painstaking points of quarterbacking. And Adam Gase obviously isn't that guy, especially after we saw the Broncos dismantle that Jets team. So hopefully it's something that can be built off of. Sam can get better, but I just don't feel it's with the Jets. But this is, some nice throws mixed in with some really bad throws. We do know Sam had 3 interceptions this game, and all 3 were really bad interceptions. You never want to see those 3 interceptions, but he's not getting a lot of favors either. But Sam is accountable. He has to be held accountable, and he has to stop staring guys down, and he has to stop trying to throw across his body. He does those things. It should help him, but like I said, for a lot of Jets fans, this has to be heartbreaking. So that's all we have for this session. Tune in again. Remember, Football Life, the Audible, always shown great podcasts and breaking down the games with myself and Randy Hammond. So thank you for tuning in.